In an era where superheroes are getting darker and grittier, the show does not shy away from its comic book roots. So
What an
said,
opening.
so said Abbas Momin on a recent review of the first episode of Miss Marvel that he wrote for the Indian Express. And joining us on this episode to talk about it is Abbas Momin.
Thank you, thank you. How does it feel to have a celebrity columnist on IVM Likes? Must be a first for you guys.
Okay, I feel very impressed that you wrote a word called. I'll find this word, but this word impressed me because I never heard that word before.
आप देख रहे हो अब्बास भाई रिसर्च कितना
yeah.
अच्छा है भाई का
Yeah,
Word-
I did look it up, but then I forgot where it was in the article also. But it's something like ebulified,
Ebullient.
ebullient,
Ebullient.
ebullient.
Yes.
Yes. Which
बस,
means
मैं
what
give
do you
up
think it
कर
means?
दिया।
What do you think it
अरे,
means? Snehil?
कुछ आइडिया ही नहीं है कुछ आइडिया ही नहीं है
It means full of energy.
तो फुल ऑफ एनर्जी लिख देते
नहीं
नहीं ना भाई।
वर्ड काउंट
He-
ये
He
करना था, fit
searched.
करना था.
He searched. What do they say? One word for full of energy.
अनेक शब्दों के लिए एक शब्द
Yes. So on this episode, we are going to be discussing the Miss Marvel first episode that is out now. We're going to be talking about basically
पॉप
this is a pop culture wrap
Yes,
of the month
yes.
of the past month or so that
Yeah.
things that happen in pop
And,
culture.
and by the time you
all of that.
listen to it, the second episode of Miss Marvel will also be out. So
Yeah.
maybe my second column will be out by then. I don't know.
We're doing a column for
No,
every
I'm not
episode
doing a series.
because I want to talk about some of the things we've written in this
Sure,
article, which will
yes.
again be very
Okay.
interesting. We're also going to be talking about the Obi Wan Kenobi ongoing show. There are some beefs in the Indian rap scene that we have to
Yes.
talk about. There are some
Emiway
beefs.
and Raftar is back
Yes, apparently. Again, all of that will be explained to us by Snayhil because Abbas and I have next to no clue
Yeah.
about all this.
For
shit.
me, Indian rap is still no, what is his name? Devang
Patel.
Patel.
ब्रो बाबा से
Devang
Yeah.
Patel and Baba Sahib.
Patels
yes.
ko,
Baba
Patels ko
Sahib.
we're talking
Patel
about.
Scope, yes.
एक दिन शाम को मैं
But he's
था
more like our Weird Al Yankovic
Dude,
rather
but he's
than our
great.
Jay-Z.
Devang Patel, though I love. dude.
Snehil
I
has
was
no
like a-
idea who
No clue.
Weird Al
No.
Yankovic is.
You don't know Devang Patel also, and you don't know
नहीं।
Weird Al Yankovic also.
वियर्ड एल मालूम है वो
अच्छा।
वाला नहीं मालूम कौन सा वाला
तो देवांग
पहला-
पटेल
हाँ,
हम
देवांग
लोगों
पटेल।
का ये था Weird Al.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
हाँ,
great.
parodies गाने बनाता
Yeah,
था.
yeah.
सही
And
सही
some of them can't be played today. I'm just saying.
Yeah, of course.
Are absolutely not fine for today's ones.
अच्छा वन सॉन्ग ऑन द टॉप ऑफ योर हेड बाबा साइकिल का
ठंडा ठंडा पानी.
Mine. Corona.
Oh, you know, एक मेरे को genuinely उसका एक गाना बहुत पसंद है. अदरक वाली चाय, वो सुना है तूने? बहुत अच्छा लगता है मुझे.
भाई
वो
देयर
गाना.
हैव बीन टाइम्स मैं बाबा साइकिल पे ऐसे ट्रिप कर रहा हूं लाइक आलू का पराठा खा लो इस पे थोड़ी मलाई डालो
Dude, also, Azam मेरी गाड़ी में बैठ जाओ बाबा साइकिल, you know?
Yeah.
हाँ हाँ
Okay.
So is Hamma Hamma.
What?
No, that's Remo Fernandez.
Yeah, कुछ भी कर
No,
रहेगा.
no, अरे उसने रहमान के साथ एक गाना बनाया है यार.
बाबा साइकिल पे ये
रुकमनी,
मैंने कब
रुकमनी.
बना
रुकमनी,
रुकमनी.
रुकमनी.
No, you're thinking of Urvashi. That's a
No.
different song.
Sorry, Rahman, you rip
Yes.
off from yourself.
Correct.
We can't help it.
एक्चुअली रहमान को बोला जाए
Much like Adidas.
It's a reference which will come in handy
Sorry,
in the future of this show.
Also, we're going to be talking about Stranger Things season 4, which I am told is great.
one of the best seasons of Stranger Things ever
That is
It's-
only 4 seasons, bro. इतना
It's
कुछ
good.
नहीं है.
भाई
Antariksh, do you know how long each episode of this season
डेढ़
was?
घंटे का एक
An hour and
एपिसोड
a half. Yeah, that's what it's
Essentially, it's 9 feature-length films
हाँ
that make up a season. So even if you say just
They've
4
just
seasons,
thrown their entire Squid Game first season budget.
भाई
on
लव एंड
this.
थंडर का पूरा रन टाइम 1 घंटा 50 मिनट है
Oh, wow.
ठीक है और इनका हर एपिसोड 1.5 घंटे का
the UK version of The Office, 2 seasons, 12 episodes of 30 minutes each. The entire show is not as long as just like 3 episodes of this season
Wow.
of Stranger
That's
Things.
fantastic. All right, so all of that is coming up on this episode right after this very short break. So please stay tuned. See you.
Hello, everybody. It's been another awesome, great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Cyrus Says Cock and Bull, Cyrus, Naveen, Anirudh, and Antariksh discuss how Snoop Dogg gave his personal blunt roller a pay hike because of inflation. On Simplified, Chuck and Shrika take a look at Facebook COO Sheryl Sandberg's legacy. On Pesa Vesa, Anupam talks to Vijay Mantri. He is the co-founder and chief investment strategy at JRL Money. They debunk the myth of active versus passive investing. On the Life Manifesto, Zarina teaches us the value of a good leader through the story The Emperor's New Clothes. And on Smarter with Sid, Siddharth explains how power dressing works. We got some exciting news for you. IVM Podcast has just launched its merch line and you should check it out now. Head over to the IVM Podcast website, that's ivmpodcast.com, and click on the shop tab to check out our first collection of t-shirts. Also, do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our other shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. That really does help. Don't forget to rate us on any of the platforms you're listening to us on. And also do remember, you can check out a number of our shows on YouTube. You can go to ivmpodcast.com/YouTube to get a list of the channels that we are keeping active. We also are doing a small listener survey. If you could go to ivmpodcast.com/survey to fill this out, it'll just take a few minutes and it really helps us out. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors this week, SBI Life Insurance, Apne Liye, Apno Ke Liye. Jupiter, a digital banking app. Capgemini, get the future you want. Intel vPro, built for business. And Intel, future but now wonderful with Intel-powered laptops.
14 years later.
Give the context, no? Suddenly,
Wait.
why are you going to second paragraph?
Oh wow, you know your entire article.
I
you
wrote
read
it.
reread it again and again.
And
Framed
before
it.
that, I wrote it.
होता है ना बच्चे पेपर सबमिट करने से पहले रिवाइज करते
Yes,
हैं
correct. So 14 years later, as I sat down with a huge grin on my face, which I call bullshit on my face, to watch the first episode of Muslim. Yeah, bullshit, bro. The same studio's web series with a Pakistani Muslim teenager as the lead. I couldn't help but marvel, pun fully intended, at how much things had changed. I said that as Abbas mouthed the same words because he knows them by heart.
ऐसा लग रहा है हम किसी शेक्सपियर की ट्रेजेडी
So this is
रिंग में है
So just before, as we start out, I should say the Abbas wrote a very cool article,
Yeah.
a review for the first episode of Miss Marvel, and
The link
You-
for which will be in
yeah,
the
you were all
description.
flawes for the first.
Yeah, I
episode.
mean, I mentioned in the article the show for me is critic proof because I've been in love with the character since the character was created in 2013.
Again, how? Like, were you aware of
No,
Kamala
I
Khan
was
back in 2013?
so I had a phase from 2010 to about 2014
Okay.
where I got back into hardcore comics again.
Oh, really?
Amazon had bought over this app called Comixology.
Comixology. Yes.
And if you took a Kindle Unlimited subscription, they like opened a floodgate of free digital comics that they would offer you. Okay.
Oh, wow.
And so I got into reading. I had read all the older comics when I was a kid, so I was not aware of what's happening in the current comic book scene.
Okay.
And at that point, it just so happened that this writer called G. Willow Wilson, she's an American Muslim author and a writer
Okay.
who wears a hijab, who created the character of Miss Marvel.
Oh.
Before that, she'd written a novel called Alif the Unseen, which is also a great novel, and I would recommend anybody listening to. Like, this is not my recommendation. My actual recommendation will come later. But
I left the unseen. Okay.
that is also a super cool novel. So it was a very big event at that point because it was the first time they were introducing a South Asian character into mainstream Marvel comics, and for a long time, this whole thing of a young kid being having their own title had not happened for a really long time.
Since Spider-Man, basically.
Kind of, yeah. And so they
Yeah,
were
right.
they were busy pushing the superheroes that were already in the movies, and this was the one attempt to kind of set a reboot button and introduce a new character which can attract a younger crowd.
So what's the character like in the comics? Would you say she's a good representation, like a teenage superhero?
Oh, she's a wonderful representation. So this is not covered in the show, but the first page of the comic, and the thing is, it's drawn like a very indie comic book. It's not drawn like a very boisterous superhero kind of a book.
Okay.
And the first page of the comic book, the way it starts is Kamala's character. She's in a supermarket and she's smelling bacon. Okay.
I smell
And her
so
mother
good.
comes and she's like, "Why are you smelling bacon?" And her reaction to that is, "Well, I can't eat it. At least let me smell it." Okay. So straight off the bat, you address the
Which
fact
Abbas
that
agrees with.
it is right
Yes.
because there is this perception के भाई अगर तुम मुस्लिम हो तुम
हाँ.
पोक नहीं खा सकते मतलब तुम pigs को ही hate करते हो. Like you hate everything about pigs कि ऐसा वैसा है. So she's breaking that. The G. Willow Wilson breaks that stereotype that she's still an American, and as an American, she's surrounded by bacon products, pig products. So she's exposed to it. So how does this young girl, while growing up, deal with?
It reminds me This actually, what you said just
Yeah.
reminded me of an episode of Master of None with
Mm.
Aziz Ansari.
Mm.
Another, I would say, a great representation
Yeah,
of a brown character in living in America. And on that, there's an entire episode where they skip out on a religious function, and he and his cousin go and to this this meat fest or something to have all like kinds of bacon wrapped in like pork leg and all these other things, which is gorgeous, that episode. Just because my mouth is watering right now as I'm talking about it.
Bro, अभी something happened. अभी यहाँ पे बांद्रा में there's this place जो बहुत अच्छी steak serve करता है. ठीक है, so my friend was like, मुझे steak खाना है.
Name the place.
Yeah, what are you hiding the place?
Just very casually like, oh, you
भूल
forgot.
गया मैं.
Okay, but please let us know
ठीक
eventually.
है, हाँ. शायद इम्बिस करके
Yeah,
Imbis is
yeah,
great.
Imbis is
Oh,
good.
dude.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ribs are fantastic. Huh?
ठीक है, तो वहाँ पे वो he's like, चल तेरे को
Nice.
steak खिलाने ले चलता हूँ. I was like, भाई ये धर्म भ्रष्ट नहीं हो पाएगा मेरे से. मैं नहीं चलूंगा. तो he's like, चल तू आ तो जा, मैं खा लूंगा.
But bro, like धर्म भ्रष्ट नहीं होएगा, because बॉम्बे में जो beef मिलता है, it's not beef, it's buff.
हाँ, it's buff, I know.
So it's fine
ठीक है,
only.
ऐसा nitty-gritties में नहीं जाना चाहिए. ठीक है.
But that is the loophole that we can exploit, bro. What are you talking about?
So what happened was हम लोग गए, मैं वहाँ पे मंगाया cheese fries,
Hmm.
उसने मंगाया steak, ठीक है. And I don't know why it happened. जैसे ही उसने steak काटा, उसने speaker में हे राम बजा दिया. I was like, हरे राम हरे कृष्णा बजने लग गया भाई इम्बिस पे.
We're talking about Hey Ram,
Imagine.
the
नहीं,
Hey
नहीं,
Ram.
हरे राम हरे
भूल
कृष्णा.
भुलैया,
हरे
हाँ.
राम, हरे राम.
भाई वो बजने लग गया. ये मैं कहा अब मेरा मन भी करे टेस्ट करने का.
It's like
मैं
dude,
नहीं कर पाऊंगा.
they were fucking with you. Like they're screwing with you. Obviously they're screwing
और
with you.
हम ही थे सिर्फ पूरे
ये वो
restaurant.
हेरा फेरी का गोलमाल जैसा गाना तो नहीं कि जब
गोलमाल,
कुछ
side कर.
सब गाना सुनाई दे रहा है. कौन सा गाना?
अरे तुम साइन करना है.
तू इम्बिस में है.
अरे तुम खाना रे. Okay. So have you seen Snayhil?
What?
Miss Marvel?
No.
Do you plan to?
Yeah, I plan to, but I haven't
You
yet.
haven't yet. So as a whole, what do you think of the first episode?
I loved it, man. So far, whatever Marvel shows we've seen, like WandaVision, the Captain America Winter Soldier show,
Shit. By the way.
yeah, Moon Knight, Loki, they've all been mostly spin-offs from characters we knew
Oh yeah,
already.
this is their first.
right? Yeah, this establishes a world, and
But this is only applies to the Disney shows.
the Disney shows. Yeah, I mean the Netflix
Netflix
shows
one, yeah.
were their own animal,
Yeah.
and like they were also great.
Yeah.
But yeah, in this Disney Hotstar, Disney Plus original show format,
Yeah.
this is very unique. And what I love about it, so have you seen the Spider-Verse movie, Into the
I
Spider-Verse?
have, yeah.
You know how it was bursting with colors and
Yeah.
Yeah.
innovativeness, right?
This
There
feels
was
like that.
this feels like that
I
because
agree,
it does not shy away from the fact that these characters are in a comic book world.
Mhm.
And to add to that, so far जब भी कोई Indian Pakistani family दिखानी होती थी किसी भी American show में, so I don't know what level of research they did, but they used to get characters which did not know how to speak Hindi, so you could
Sure.
tell that they're trying to
Yeah.
TV lines वो लोग
At one point in the first episode of Miss Marvel, the father bursts into the room saying "Chak da fatte!"
in Miss Marvel.
Yeah, in Miss Marvel.
Not really.
Dude, he's wearing the Hulk costume. He bursts into the room saying "Chak da fatte."
Oh, does he?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. That still makes sense because it's a Punjabi Pakistani
Yeah, exactly.
family, right?
And it's hilarious, dude. I was like, wow, that's so great. Marvel
So realistic.
So I mean the people behind the show are also people who are genuinely, they know the culture, and
Yeah.
it you can see the way the
You can
house is
absolutely
designed,
see, yes.
the house is designed, the way
Absolutely.
the costumes, the
Yeah.
actors they've chosen.
Dude, even the things the parents find offense to, like take offense to with her behavior.
Yeah,
It's all so Indian, also brown, also desi. I would say.
yeah.
Extremely desi. She's of Pakistani origin, but I imagine like a lot of it
But
is.
ठीक है, India ही है.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
exactly. A lot of it is very similar.
It's all South Asian,
Exactly, yes.
all together. So,
it's
yeah, I really liked it.
and
man.
her acting, dude. The main two leads, that is the Kamala Khan, the actress who plays Kamala Khan, and her best friend.
Bruno.
Bruno.
Yeah.
Great acting, yeah,
Yeah.
like just so natural, yeah. Like
अरे
I have done
फरहान
acting.
अख्तर आ गया क्या?
and I
नहीं,
don't.
आने वाला
फरहान
है.
अख्तर आया क्या?
नहीं
नहीं
यार,
आया.
So they've
नहीं यार.
actually-
I thought आएगा first episode में मजा आएगा. करने.
मेरा
फवाद
एक्साइटमेंट
खान is also
मेरा
there,
एक्साइटमेंट फवाद खान और फरहान
फरहान.
अख्तर ही है.
Of course, I get
So
it.
do you know how Fawad Khan can feature in the show?
Because it's not an Indian show.
No, I'll tell you why. Because in the comic, Kamala Khan has a dream
Oh,
about
yes, you
Fawad
told
Khan.
me.
Yeah.
ये
How amazing is
ये
that,
इन्होंने सिर्फ
What a
आपको नहीं
world.
बताया, ये सबको
Yes.
बता चुके हैं.
But
एक एक के पास फिर इन्होंने एपिसोड पे भी बोला है
But dude,
और फिर
but-
वो मैंने डिस्क्रिप्शन में भी लिखा है.
but didn't we talk about this? And then I told you how Samuel L. Jackson got his role as Nick Fury.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember
yeah.
saying this.
It's
Basically
kind of
that.
similar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Correct. So
वही.
again,
So-
but that's what a world we live in. That Marvel can write it themselves and,
And
then
then
make it happen.
happen,
themselves in a
yes.
movie. What a world.
यार फरहान अख्तर आके एक बार ही बोलते दिलों में बेताबियां लेके मजा आ जाएगा. मैं मिस मार्वल हिट इंडिया
Yeah,
में फॉर श्योर.
Yeah, Farhan should start his appearance with na 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 na. When I say na na, you say na na.
लॉन्ड्री वाले के पास खड़ा है कह रहा मेरी लॉन्ड्री का एक बिल बेस्ट.
So yes, all in all, I would say a great first episode.
Yeah.
It's so up till now, it doesn't feel like when Marvel is making these characters. Okay, other than I would say the Winter Soldier wala show, the Captain America Winter Soldier.
Falcon वाला ना.
All the shows have been great. Okay,
Mm.
so maybe that one they were trying to be a little too close to Earth and keep it grounded or something. It just
Huh.
did not work. But the larger than life shit has been working. So I think that's where this will go. Also, this will become the more larger than life.
Yeah, more cosmic,
yes.
sort of a
Mhm.
take.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
that's what I'm interested in. Like,
That's really what I want.
how they balance out the cosmic shit with the more family-oriented problems that she's facing.
Sure, agreed.
So yeah.
Amazing how when we talk about desi families, family oriented shit.
Of course, yeah.
तो है ही है.
Yes.
मतलब सही है.
Moving on.
Hmm.
Also going on right now is the Obi Wan Kenobi show.
Yeah.
अरे मैंने ये भी नहीं देखा है. कुछ है जो मैंने देखा है.
अगले
जिसके
अगले
बारे
3
में हम
चीजें
बात
सिर्फ तेरे
कर रहे हैं.
ऊपर है.
बाकी तेरे को ही बोलना है दोस्त. The Obi Wan Kenobi show is going on, and Abbas, what do you think? Because you are a mega Star Wars
Yeah,
nut,
yeah, yeah.
and even now you are wearing a Yoda T-shirt. No, you're not. What do people know?
Another plug for my YouTube channel to check out the clip of a previous IVM Likes
Oh,
episode.
okay, I thought you're saying to check out what T-shirts I wear and all the videos.
Yeah, where we talk about the t-shirts I wear.
Oh, we did an entire episode
Yeah,
on
of course
Star
we did.
Wars.
Yeah,
na?
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. The clip
Mhm.
from that is on my YouTube channel. So Antariksh, have you seen the four
I have.
episodes that have been
I have
out
seen
so
all
far?
4, yes, and
Okay. So I'll very quickly run you down what went through my mind watching each of the episodes. So episodes 1 and 2 I thought were great. The first one starts
but
with
then there's like a death that happens that I had a little problem with because I really like that character from Star Wars Rebels, and I think you might know it.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure that character will come back because
I think they
yeah.
had to make an announcement or
Yeah.
something. because,
स्नेहिल बेटा तुम सो सकते हो ये अगले 5 मिनट के लिए.
मैं रैंडम चीज सोच रहा हूँ क्या वो कैरेक्टर अंडरटेकर था.
I think what the show suffers with, like most Star Wars things, where they're dealing with the legacy characters.
It's
Okay,
filling in the blanks,
is
right?
filling in the blanks and the
Yeah.
expectations. We've
Huh.
all filled our heads
Correct.
with what we think these characters would have done.
Sure.
So episode 1 and 2 was completely going along the lines of what I expected it to be. Mild spoiler alert, but a kid version of Princess Leia is in the show.
Yes,
Ooh,
correct.
हाँ.
And she gets kidnapped, and Obi-Wan goes to save her in the first 2 episodes.
Correct.
And at that point, I think at the end of episode 2, he comes to know that Anakin is still alive and he's turned into Darth Vader. What I wanted for the next 4 episodes was to be a confrontation between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. But then this Leia getting kidnapped storyline still continues for episode 3 and 4. So episode 3, I was very satisfied because Darth Vader and Obi-Wan finally fight together. But episode 4 देख के मेरे को लगा कि यार okay, now I'm slightly losing a bit of interest. Now I know they are not going to land the show because there are only 2 more episodes to go.
Yeah, correct.
And I think the Leia kidnapping storyline should have been closed by the second
She
episode.
got kidnapped multiple times.
Again, she got
Yeah.
kidnapped. Again, he's going
I
on an
know,
adventure.
I know.
So I like the show, but again, there was too many expectations I
See,
was going in
that's
with.
what I think. What problem we're having is our love for the character
Yeah,
is more
right.
than the love for the show. But let's get to what you
Snayhil.
know a little bit.
Yes, finally.
Snail's literal Star Wars.
Yeah.
2 stars warring it
Can
out.
you guys have both watched Stranger Things season 4?
Yes.
Oh, I thought we were going to the next thing, but sure. Let's talk
Yeah.
about
So Stranger Things season 4, we'll get done with this part.
it. Right.
And you both have been telling me how well it is made, how
अच्छा,
how
अच्छा,
good it is.
थोड़ा सा बॉलीवुड भी है उसके अंदर.
And but also starting off with like the episodes are super long.
Right.
Why do you think that is? Like, did it have to be that long to tell the remainder of the story?
इतना ज्यादा दिखा दिया उन्होंने कि अब मुझे ये नहीं मालूम कि ये देखना भी था मुझे कि नहीं देखना था. इस द
The main villain
भाई-
looks really cool. He looks like
Swamp
if
Thing.
you've saved if you've played the game Legacy of Kain.
No.
He looks like Kain.
Acha.
from Legacy of Kain.
सही,
The only
सही.
Kane I know is Undertaker's
हाँ मेरे
brother.
को वो
Yeah,
हाफ
sure.
जिसका
Yeah.
चेहरा केन ने जिसका चेहरा अंडरटेकर ने खुद जलाया था.
हाँ,
Dude, or फिर वो you guys remember the again throwback? You guys remember when
From the
Kane
vault.
unmasked himself?
Unmasked, yeah,
हाँ,
What a
in
big
front
event
of,
that was,
in-
dude.
in front
Dude,
of
our-
Robin, क्या था उसका? Rob Van Dam.
Yeah,
Rob
dude,
Van Dam,
our
yeah.
age ka people all know that.
हाँ,
That
yeah,
era
yeah,
we all
yeah.
know.
और जला हुआ चेहरा
that,
निकला था
correct.
आगे से
Dude,
बाल नहीं थे पीछे.
Yeah, but dude, at the
Come
time
on.
it was very scary. Now if you go back and watch the footage, you think
काफी
like, क्या?
comedy है.
Yeah, what is this? Why was I scared
Why
of
were
this?
we scared?
He has
Yeah.
like a black like paint and all his face.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
dude, it's
yeah.
not that look burnt at all. What are you talking about? But yeah, sorry. Coming back to
coming back to
Stranger
Stranger Things. That was also a very strange thing. But
Things.
But
this is
was
Stranger.
Yeah. The last season should be called Strangest Things.
Strangest Things.
Yeah.
So apparently there's this rumor going on कि पहले ये प्लान था कि Stranger Things 4 will be the like series finale. हाँ,
हाँ.
सब खत्म, ठीक है. But now they are saying कि ये लोग season 5 के लिए renew करने वाले हैं.
Okay.
And वो जैसे होता नहीं था एकता कपूर के सीरियल्स में लड़की भागते भागते 5 साल बाद बड़ी दिखाती थे.
हाँ, correct.
ठीक है, तो ये जो सीजन 5 होगा वो ऐसा ही एक लीप लेने वाला है
So-
जहां सारे बच्चे बड़े हो जाएंगे एंड
Oh,
देन
which
एक
makes
दिन का
sense.
अपसाइड डाउन खत्म ही नहीं
I
हो रहा
just
है.
read an
तो-
interview. I just read an interview with one of the main actors, one of the child actors, who's now 20, 21,
Yeah.
but he's playing like a
16
17
year old.
15 or
Yeah,
17,
yeah,
16 year
yeah,
old.
yeah.
And it just doesn't
हाँ.
make sense. So
Hmm.
they have to do this.
अब करना है कितना ही समय के
कितना-
पहिए को रोक
दाढ़ियाँ,
लेंगे यार.
15 साल के बच्चे पूरा
But
full beard लेके आ रहे हैं.
Exactly, but it's a very good series. आपको कैसी लगी है बस?
I really liked it.
Each season,
So
you
I'll
guys
tell
have
you
like,
what.
see, I've seen only season 1, which I really enjoyed, but I never
Okay.
got into. I don't know why.
I was
never got into
obsessed
other
with season. I was actually obsessed with Stranger Things when they dropped the first trailer. Okay, because it hits all my pleasure spots of things I have loved since I was a kid. Since I was a kid. Okay, it borrows heavily from Stephen.
Kids, you like kids. Yes.
From I like kids, yes. It borrows heavily from Stephen King.
Yeah.
I love Stephen King as an
Okay,
author for
sure.
his novel.
It does, yes.
Borrows heavily from Steven Spielberg and John Carpenter, who were like two of the biggest filmmakers in the 80s. And it has a look and feel of the 80s, which they have nailed. Okay,
Nailed. True.
Sure.
a lot of movies and TV shows have tried to copy it because of Stranger Things' success, but I still think nobody has been able to ace it like Stranger Things has.
Sure.
There's something about the way they have shot, the way they have dressed the cast, the way they have cast the show. It's phenomenal. Okay, and every season they sort of upped the stakes and they gave us characters which we liked even more. Okay, season 4, I think one of the reasons why they are so long is because 3 of the cast members, Finn Wolfhard, Millie Bobby Brown, and the guy who plays Hopper, these guys became huge stars and they started shooting Marvel movies and
Sure,
this
yeah,
and
yeah,
that.
yeah, exactly,
Super huge.
So according to their availability, they could only shoot them for certain days, which is why in the 4th season, the gang is not together.
gang
There
is
are
not
4
together.
subsequent storylines running
Oh.
parallelly.
Okay.
One of them is in a flashback. 3 of
Yeah.
them are in the present.
But all
One
the-
of
all the
them is
storylines
in
are
the
good?
upside down.
All the storylines are good.
Surprisingly, they are all very well done. There's
हाँ.
not even one.
और वो बहुत
It's
अच्छे
impressive.
तरीके से मैरी भी हो रही हैं आपस
Yes.
में.
It's actually very impressive. It's very
बहुत
difficult to
कमाल
manage.
है, बहुत
And
सही है.
I didn't feel confused at any point.
Same.
The characterization is very well done. Some things which are stretched a little too much. In season 3, they left us on a cliffhanger where Hopper's character is now in Russia.
Yeah.
So one team has
Oh,
to go
because he had
rescue
to
him.
shoot Scarlet Witch the movie.
So one
Yes.
contingent of character has to go rescue him.
Yeah.
वो दिखाने के लिए उसके लिए 7 एपिसोड की जरूरत नहीं थी, but they stretch it out a little bit.
Yeah.
But surprisingly,
But वो भी उतना खराब नहीं लगता
नहीं
है. वो
लगता
भी
है,
हाँ,
हाँ.
मतलब you like मतलब agree कि हाँ चल ठीक है सही.
हाँ.
इतना टाइम लग रहा होगा for that
Okay.
matter.
So after season 3, I was like, no, I don't. Now my interest will dip because कितना देखेंगे वही चीज बार बार.
Sure, yeah.
But I mean, props to the Duffer brothers who made the show.
The Duffers.
Duffers. And this is one like a surprising thing. जो भी जिसको भी मैं मिल रहा हूँ who has seen the show, the
हाँ.
4th season,
हाँ.
they've liked it. I met a journalist friend of mine day before yesterday because now I write for the Indian Express, guys. So I hang out with journalists.
Yeah. Just by the way, I'm a columnist, right?
Yeah.
So he doesn't even watch that much horror and fantasy. but he watches Stranger Things, so it's appealing even to like the non-genre fans.
भाई लेकिन
who
मस्त जो
have that.
भयंकर गंदे सपने आए ना मेरे स्ट्रेंजर थिंग्स देखने के बाद, मतलब मैं बिल्कुल हॉरर नहीं देखता हूँ। राम गोपाल वर्मा की फूक मेरे लिए हॉरर है, जबकि वो दुनिया के लिए कॉमेडी है।
Okay,
और
sure.
मैं उसके बावजूद स्ट्रेंजर थिंग्स देख रहा था क्योंकि वो तो देखना है, ठीक है। अब मेरे को नहीं, हर स्ट्रेंजर थिंग्स का एपिसोड खत्म करने के बाद मैं एक फ्रेंड्स का एपिसोड देख रहा था, पता है।
Oh, wow.
थोड़ा नॉर्मलाइज करने के लिए उस चीज को। अच्छा, माय
हाँ।
लव अफेयर विद स्ट्रेंजर थिंग्स स्टार्टेड जब मेरा ब्रेकअप हुआ,
Hmm.
ठीक है। एंड मेरे को अब माइंड हटाना है, तो मेरे दोस्त ने मेरे को बोला तू स्ट्रेंजर थिंग्स देख ले, 2 सीजन आ गए हैं उसके, तीसरा आने वाला है,
Hmm.
तो अच्छा है तू बिंज कर ले। अब नेटफ्लिक्स वगैरह तो था नहीं, तो
क्या किया आपने?
नेटफ्लिक्स ही था, नेटफ्लिक्स ही था।
Let's just say you
Dubious.
borrowed an account.
या I borrowed an account, हाँ। तो
Yeah.
मैंने उसमें सीजन 1 सीजन 2 मतलब 9 बजे शुरू किया, अगले दिन सुबह 9 बजे तक खत्म।
Hmm.
दोनों
Wow.
सीजन मैं सोया ही
Yeah,
नहीं।
I think Stranger Things is designed to be binged.
हाँ।
I think it's a very good example of
सोया
binge
ही नहीं,
watching, हाँ।
एकदम एक के बाद एक एपिसोड देख रहा हूँ, एंड देन अ वीक लेट जब खत्म हुआ ना, हम लाइक सीजन 3 चाहिए मेरे को। किधर है सीजन 3? मेरे को नहीं आना है बाहर अपसाइड डाउन से। पर जब सीजन 3 आया उसके बाद आई वाज लाइक सेम जो आपने बोला ना, लाइक ठीक है अब हो गया है, कितना ही अपसाइड डाउन यार तुमने। अब सीजन 1 और सीजन 2 में जो इन लोग ने विलन को बिल्ड किया है सबसे ज्यादा, सीजन 3 में वो मर जाता है।
Spoiler alert.
स्पॉइलर अलर्ट, हाँ, ठीक
Thanks,
है।
man. Wow.
अच्छा, हाँ, ओ आपने ही नहीं देखा है।
Yeah,
हाँ,
भाई,
तो
like,
सीजन 3
शुभांकर ने भी नहीं देखा। He's also in the room.
सीजन 3 में वो मर जाता है, तो अब लाइक चलो खत्म,
खत्म, हाँ।
ठीक है। हॉब को भेज दिया है रशिया में, वोडका पिएगा, खत्म, सही है, कोई टेंशन नहीं है। अब सीजन 4 आया, लेंथ देखी मैंने, एक एपिसोड सवा घंटा। लाइक कॉर्पोरेट जॉब नहीं हो रहा है मेरे से, मैं तभी देखूंगा जब सीजन इसका फिनाले आएगा। 7 और 7 8 8 9 8
Oh,
9।
I thought you were gonna say corporate job नहीं हो रहा है मेरे से. I'm gonna do this only now.
तो मेरा फ्लैटमेट, अच्छा चलो ये तो नहीं बता रहा कौन सा उसमें काम करता है, उसने
हाँ।
बोला छुट्टी ले रहा हूँ, मेरी तबीयत खराब है, मुझे लग रहा है कोविड सिम्टम्स आ रहे हैं, और उसने छुट्टी लेके बिंज किया स्ट्रेंजर थिंग्स बैठ के। मैं सो रहा हूँ, सो के मेरे को आके उठाता है, कहता है ब्रो, इज लाइक ब्रो, मैं कहा क्या हो गया? यार भाई स्ट्रेंजर थिंग्स देख, मैं तो वो, एंड मैंने पहला एपिसोड देखा, एंड देन आई रियलाइज्ड कि वो ब्रो क्यों कर रहा था। भाई कमाल सीजन। बस मुझे एंडिंग थोड़ा ऐसा लगा कि थोड़ा करण जौहर डाल दिया उन्होंने एंडिंग में, जस्ट टू लाइक, मतलब they've married the plot 4th का to 1, now everything makes
Yeah.
sense.
It seemed a little forced.
Yeah.
It's like they had to bring everything together in the end, so they've done
Yeah.
something which gives you the origin of something you did not require an
Require
origin for.
only, हाँ, basically that. But a lot of people are loving this storyline of Vecna. So Vecna is the villain for season
Spoiler
4.
alert.
अरे,
नाम है यार।
नाम है, इसमें क्या स्पॉइलर? DDLJ में शाहरुख है, ओह स्पॉइलर अलर्ट।
Yeah, शाहरुख का नाम राहुल
राज है।
ओह,
DDLJ में राज है, not राहुल।
Spoiler alert.
सो उन्होंने वो दिखाया कि वेक्ना के ओरिजिन्स क्या है, जो थोड़े से फोर्स्ड लगे, बट आई थिंक ऑल इन ऑल।
But ये season 5 वाली story I'm taking with a pinch of salt, especially if they're going to do a time
हाँ,
leap. Because I think the USP of the show is that it's set in the 80s. If you're going to do a time jump, that means you're either setting it in the 90s or in present day. So I don't know if you...
they could
if
also...
the kids are 16...
No, like early 80s and late 80s.
The show is already in 1986. So they just have 4 more years of 90.
That's
of
all
the
they
80s.
need, yeah.
Or 3 years.
16 से 20 only they need to become, no?
Oh, by the way, it is expected, मतलब it is rumored कि जो 9th episode होने वाला है, वो 2.5 घंटे का होने वाला है, एक episode.
So do you think the next season, if they do have a next season, which you told me that the rumors are saying that they will, you think it'll be just as long?
No, it's not rumors. It's officially announced. There's going to be a season 5.
हो गया officially announced. Oh,
okay.
अभी
So,
Squid Game भी हुआ
so
वैसे
you
officially
think
announced.
they'll have as big a budget and as long as the episodes?
I think, see, it's still the biggest show Netflix has.
Yeah.
So there's no dearth of budgets there. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, sure.
But आपने नहीं देखा है तो आप देख लो भाई.
देख लो please.
काफी सही है.
I will check it
काफी
out.
सही है.
Yes,
इस एपिसोड के रिलीज होने के जस्ट 3-4 दिन बाद ही आई गेस 8 और 9 एपिसोड आ जाएंगे.
July 1st is when it's premiering.
हाँ.
Yeah.
तो ये अपना नेक्स्ट फ्राइडे.
Or rather concluding, not premiering.
The last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
तो आप देख लो, तब तक देखना चाहते हो तो बहुत कमाल है.
All right, cool. Got it. Stranger Things, Netflix. I'm coming for you.
Hello. So we are interrupting our normal flow of the episode to actually do a urgent reaction section or segment.
Yeah, special piece.
स्पेशल पीस जब हम अपना पिछला सेगमेंट रिकॉर्ड कर रहे थे या एपिसोड एक्चुअल एपिसोड रिकॉर्ड कर रहे थे इन द मिडल ऑफ दैट द और शॉर्टली आफ्टर दैट द ट्रेलर फॉर ब्रह्मास्त्र ड्रॉप्ड
भाई 7 साल बाद अगर कोई चीज ड्रॉप करेगी तो उसके लिए स्पेशल सेगमेंट बनता ही है, जेन्युइन।
तो हमने सोचा कि वी कैन नॉट लेट द एपिसोड रिलीज विदाउट रिएक्टिंग और गिविंग आवर ओपिनियंस अबाउट द ब्रह्मास्त्र
क्योंकि अपेरेंटली आग उसको जलाती नहीं।
Yes. So if you're watching this on video, that is the reason why our clothes have changed, because we are recording this segment on the next day, and unfortunately Antariksh is not able to join us for this, but he's with us in spirit.
In spirit. And by the way, I've taken effort to wear the same.
Oh, sorry. If you're watching me on video again, I quickly went and changed my t-shirt because I was so sweaty with the Brahmastra trailer. I had to change.
क्योंकि apparently आग सिर्फ उसे ही नहीं जलाती।
So Snayhil, we saw all almost 3 minutes of the Brahmastra trailer.
Pokemon Light.
Like you said, it's a trailer that had or a film that has been in the making for a really long time.
Yeah.
And I'll give you my opinions, but I want to know what are your first thoughts from the trailer.
First of all, I was super excited कि ब्रह्मास्त्र का ट्रेलर रिलीज होने वाला है। As everybody would know by now कि big Bollywood buff this person Snayhil is, and 7 साल की हाइप के बाद फाइनली अपने को देखने को मिल रहा था कि ये क्या है, 7 साल से क्या कर रहे थे। एंड नो डाउट मुझे इफेक्ट्स और VFX ने डिसअपॉइंट नहीं किया, बिल्कुल नहीं किया, नो डाउट। ठीक है, थोड़ा पोकेमॉन फील्स आ रहा है मेरे को उससे, बट इट वुड बी अ फर्स्ट फॉर बॉलीवुड कि वो इस लेवल पे इतने बड़े स्केल पे जाके इतने VFX कर रहे हैं। बट एक चीज जो मेरे को थोड़ी सी डिसअपॉइंट करी है वो है रणबीर कपूर।
Okay.
बहुत ज्यादा।
Why?
बिकॉज यार पता नहीं क्यों मुझे वो फील ही नहीं आ रही उससे, शिवा के कैरेक्टर वाली फील। यार पूरा ट्रेलर ना मैं बहुत ज्यादा एंजॉय कर रहा था टिल द पॉइंट जब रणबीर कहता है कुछ रिश्ता है मेरा आग से, आग मुझे जलाती नहीं। अरे मतलब भाई ठीक है, स्क्रिप्ट राइटर ने डायलॉग लिखा है, पर एक तो आई थिंक रणबीर नीड्स टू गेट आउट ऑफ ये जवानी है दीवानी वाला पोर्ट्रेयल ऑफ रणबीर कपूर। वही चर्पी गाय जो जिसको दुनिया की फिक्र नहीं है, ट्रैवल कर रहा है, ये है वो है। I am done seeing Ranbir in that.
So you're saying that persona does not fit this the Brahmastra character as far as we have seen so far.
जितना बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट दिखाया है शिवा की कैरेक्टर को कि ही वो सारे अस्त्रों का बाप है बेसिकली, रणबीर वो पर्सोना नहीं प्रोजेक्ट कर पा रहा है अकॉर्डिंग टू मी।
Okay. So we'll very quickly, अगर आपने नहीं देखा है ब्रह्मास्त्र का ट्रेलर, so what I get from it is it starts with a Amitabh Bachchan voiceover,
which is every movie of Amitabh Bachchan. एक तो for sake अमिताभ बच्चन, ठीक है हमें पता है तुम्हारी आवाज अच्छी है, हर पिक्चर में मत दे दो यार मोनोलॉग। आपने चेहरे देखी है बाय एनी चांस?
नहीं।
गुड फॉर यू। भाई चेहरे में आखिरी के 15 मिनट
याद भी नहीं है कौन सी फिल्म है चेहरे,
इमरान हाशमी और अमिताभ बच्चन।
नो आइडिया।
बहुत बढ़िया भाई। आखिरी के 15 मिनट अमिताभ बच्चन का मोनोलॉग है भाई, स्पीच। ठीक है, फिर उसके बाद अभी रनवे 34 आई थी, देखिए आपने?
नहीं।
अगेन गुड फॉर यू। भाई रनवे 34 में कोर्ट केस है, ठीक है, एंड में ट्रायल है बेसिकली इस पायलट का। ट्रायल में क्या होता है, 2 वकील होते हैं मोस्टली, इसमें एक ही है अमिताभ बच्चन। वही सो इसमें डिफेंडेंट जो है वो खुद ही अपनी दलीलें दे रहा है कि भाई नहीं मैंने ऐसा नहीं किया। भाई सेकंड हाफ ऐसा लग रहा है सिर्फ अमिताभ बोल रहा है। आई टोटली गेट कि तुम्हारी आवाज बहुत सही है, पर
दूसरों को बोल।
हाँ प्लीज मतलब आई एम डन विद ब्रह्मास्त्र का वो इतना।
So from what I understand, he introduces us to the 5 elements: earth, water, wind,
Astroverse.
Astroverse. And Ranbir's character is supposed to be the one who controls fire. Am I correct? And like you mentioned कि अगर आप pause करके देखें ट्रेलर में तो the other elements are also signified by certain figures which are very small in the trailer.
Yeah.
And according to Snayhil and some rumors, they are also going to be played by stars.
Celebrities.
So the Vayu is going to be Deepika, or rather
No,
Jal is going to be Deepika.
Jal is going to be Deepika, and there is another rumor that जो वो एक figure है शिवा का, that is going to be शाहरुख खान. जो
right.
so जितना मैंने rumor से सुना है, it is कि ये elements जो हैं ये already इनके क्या कहते हैं avatars हैं,
Right.
and they are going to pass on the powers basically, and रणबीर को जो power pass on कर रहा है, that would be शाहरुख.
Okay.
Basically ए दिल है मुश्किल crossover or all over again. Like,
and we also see Nagarjuna in the trailer.
Nagarjuna, bro.
Is he playing a villain?
I don't think so. I don't think there villain तो वो है ना भाई अपनी देसी Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, who is that actress?
मोनी रॉय. क्या बात कर?
मुझे नहीं पता यार.
एकदम ही अलूफ हो क्या बॉलीवुड की दुनिया से?
What else has she been in?
Bro, Nagin.
Oh, she's the Nagin.
She's the original Nagin, the OG.
Okay.
तो वो उसने नागिन प्ले किया था और अब उसका जो कैरेक्टर आर्क है वो नागिन से स्कारलेट विच पे आ गया.
Okay.
So that's Scarlet Witch for us.
So मैं मेरे opinions बताता हूँ. So I think I was coming out of a recording और मैंने देखा कि ऑफिस के सारे लोग एक लैपटॉप के इर्द गिर्द ऐसे खड़े हुए देख रहे हैं कुछ. And when I saw that, I genuinely thought you're watching a scene from Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, because it was this Scarlet Witch character in the air and she's casting a spell. तो मैंने लगा कि क्या देख रहा हूँ? And then I realized, oh no, it's the new Brahmastra trailer. तो फिर मैंने ट्रेलर पूरा शुरू से देखा. And I will not lie, I am very impressed by the VFX. I think we as Indians, or rather Bollywood fans, still don't expect this cutting edge level of VFX. My only problem is, all the other things seem very cringy in the film. So I really hope that they balance it out in such a way where Ayan Mukherjee, who has made nuanced good films like Wake Up Sid, I feel he brings a little bit of that to the non-VFX, non-superhero part of the film also. और वो ये ना हो कि यार कि VFX तो अच्छे, सब कुछ अच्छा है, but everything else is very childish. Like,
I really want this movie to do good. पता है, I really do. 7-8 साल से लोग लगे हुए हैं और अब अगर ये हक देना पिक्चर.
So who do you think is the target audience for this? Those fans like you and me who watch Hindi films but have also seen your Marvel DC stuff, so we know what a superhero film constitutes of, or the so-called average Indian जो Hollywood फिल्में बिल्कुल भी नहीं देखता है, सिर्फ हिंदी पिक्चर देखता है, जिसको नहीं पता है कि सुपरहीरो फिल्म कैसी होती है टिपिकल.
यार आई थिंक ये चीज मैंने क्रिश 3 देखी है आपने बाय एनी चांस?
I've seen bits of it. I don't think I've seen it from start to
तो
finish.
उसमें एक्समैन रिप ऑफ किया एक तरीके से. तो अब सीन क्या है, मैंने एक्समैन देखी हुई है, तो मेरे लिए एक तो मेरा ऋतिक बायस है, तो दैट्स अ डिफरेंट थिंग. तो मैं ऐसे था कि चलो गुड अटेम्प्ट, बट मेरे पेरेंट्स और एवरीबडी एल्स जिन्होंने एक्समैन नहीं देखी है, उनके लिए इट वाज सो न्यू दैट दे वर लाइक, भाई क्या बॉलीवुड तो इज गोना गो टू अनदर लेवल ओनली. बट उसी समय पे देयर इज दिस ऑडियंस जो, अब अटैक जैसी मूवी है या रावण जैसी मूवी है, रावण के बाद पीपल वो लाइक यार इतने VFX से ऐसा लग रहा था हम वीडियो गेम में. तो ये फाइन लाइन जो है ना, इसको मेंटेन कर, एंड दैट इज व्हाई आई थिंक हम लोग हर मूवी में एक लव स्टोरी घुसा देते हैं. अब इस मूवी में, अब डॉक्टर स्ट्रेंज मल्टीवर्स ऑफ मैडनेस में कोई लव स्टोरी नहीं है. इसमें है.
Well, he loves her in every universe.
And she leaves him in every universe. Single Doctor Strange. Couldn't save the world, couldn't get the girl. तीसरी
broke the universe.
Broke the universe. सबको स्पाइडरमैन भी भुलवा दिया भाई ने. बेचारा वो भी सिंगल घूम रहा है. Anyway, so इसके अंदर इन लोग ने रणबीर आलिया का वो लव स्टोरी डाला है इन लोगों ने, ताकि ये शायद उस ऑडियंस को भी केटर कर पाए जो अपना कन्वेंशनल हिंदी मूवी वॉचिंग ऑडियंस है. एंड फॉर VFX की नई जनरेशन भी आके VFX देखे. एक तो मुझे ये बहुत बीटी लगती है कि हॉलीवुड अगर कोई चीज करता है ना तो हम उसको बहुत सराहते हैं, और बॉलीवुड भी अगर वो चीज का ट्राई करता है तो वी आर लाइक, ओ ये तो हो ही नहीं सकता, ये तो हाँ ठीक है. आई नो हॉलीवुड जो है थोड़ा रीजनिंग दे देता है अच्छे से, हम लोग नहीं देते. हम लोग कहते हैं कि अबे हो गया तो हो गया. अब वही मतलब इफ यू ड्रॉ पैरेलल्स, कैप्टन अमेरिका में कैप्टन अमेरिका हेलीकॉप्टर पकड़ लेता है,
हाँ,
रोक लेता है।
उसके लिए ताली बजाते हैं, लेकिन यहाँ होगा तो
यहाँ
बोलेंगे, अरे यार ऐसा थोड़ी
होगा नहीं, हो गया। जॉन इब्राहिम ने सत्यमेव
हाँ।
जयते 2 में हेलीकॉप्टर
हाँ।
रोक लिया,
हाँ।
और 3 जॉन इब्राहिम ने, बाय द वे। और जब वो ऐसा
तो
walk-
लॉजिकली सेंस भी बनता है, 3 लोग
तीन,
रुके तो
हाँ,
रुकेगा
ठीक,
भी।
और उन 3 में से एक आत्मा थी भाई।
Now you lost me again.
और आत्मा ने व्हाइट कुर्ता पजामा पहना था,
Okay, of
एक
course.
ने ऑरेंज पहना था, और एक
अच्छा,
ने
हाय,
ग्रीन
हाय,
पहना था।
ओह,
Anyway, we are deviating.
yes.
but
But you are saying we laugh at that
yeah,
when the same
yeah.
thing happens in a
True,
Hollywood
true, true.
superhero film. Correct. Isiley, I am cautiously optimistic. I want the movie to do well.
Even I
because
want the movie.
really want Indian fantasy, Indian superhero, Indian sci-fi to pick up.
Yeah.
And we have seen these parallels have been drawn a lot. Telugu and Tamil cinema mein this has been happening. Your Triple R, your Bahubali, your
Anti-gravity
Robot.
cinema, basically.
Yes. So somehow I would say they make it a little more believable than we have, but yeah, hopefully mainstream Bollywood will also.
I really hope this is a big step towards a different kind of cinema for Bollywood.
Yeah.
And for the audience. एक तो audience को, एक तो एक बीटी ना मुझे audience की भी लगती है, हर चीज में controversy काहे घुसानी है। अब इसका एक controversy पता लगा ना आपको, वो जूते वाला। अब पूरे ट्रेलर में
रणबीर कपूर एक शॉट में जूते पहन के मंदिर की घंटी बजा रहा था, कैसे किया?
बैन कर दो, ब्रह्मास्त्र बैन कर दो। मतलब लिटरली पूरी मूवी भगवानों को ग्लोरीफाई कर रही है, पर तुमने जूता पहन के काहे घंटा बजाया, तो इसलिए बैन कर दो। I think we really need to like get over all these things, and I really hope the movie is good. 7 साल की मेहनत रंग लानी चाहिए। वैसे ही काफी रंगीन ट्रेलर है,
बहुत रंगीन, ज्यादा ही रंगीन है,
ज्यादा ही रंगीन ट्रेलर है।
So yeah, those were our thoughts on
रणबीर कपूर चारजार्ड प्ले कर रहा है।
मुझे वो रेफरेंस समझ में नहीं आया, so I'll just go along with it. And now we will take you back to the actual show. So listen to us there with Antariksh.
With Antariksh.
Next up, we have a little beef stewing in the Indian rap scene.
Yes.
That Snayhil has been telling us about all morning, and it's really interesting. Snayhil, I don't remember a word you said. So could you please tell us about what is happening with Emiway and Raftar and Krishna?
So कुछ सालों पहले, 4-5 साल पहले, 3-4 साल पहले, रफ्तार ने एक इंटरव्यू में कह दिया था कि रैप सीन में, इंडी हिप हॉप सीन में इतना पैसा नहीं है। एमीवे बहुत अच्छा आर्टिस्ट है, बट क्या वो पैसा कमा पा रहा है, क्या वो प्रॉफिट में जा रहा है? ये बात उसने जनरली पूरे हिप हॉप सीन के लिए बोली थी, एज ही सेज
द इंडियन हिप हॉप सीन,
द इंडियन हिप हॉप सीन। बट एमीवे को चुभ गई, लाइक, तो उसने उसके ऊपर एक डिस रैप निकाला, डिस गाना निकाला, वेरी सेज तेरे बाप से ले रहा हूँ क्या पैसा। मैं अपने
the song was called समझ में आया क्या?
The song was called समझ में आया।
It was clearly that Emiway wanted to pick a fight for literally no reason.
by coincidentally कहो इसको या जो भी, intentionally, उसके just कुछ टाइम पहले ही Eminem और MGK का बीफ हुआ था।
Correct.
Rap Devil and Killshot.
And Emiway clearly is a big fan of Eminem.
Clearly, हाँ,
because नाम में ही है, you know.
वो बोलता है कि मैंने अपना नाम लिल वेन का वे और Eminem का एमी उठाया है,
okay.
तो उससे मैंने एमीवे बनाया।
Okay, हाँ, ठीक है।
तो उसने गाना निकाला समझ में आया क्या, रफ्तार को डिस करते हुए कि
समझ में आया क्या?
हाँ, तेरे से पैसा नहीं लिया है मैंने, मैं कमा रहा हूँ, ठीक है। इसमें एक लाइन है, गाड़ी ले सकता हूँ लेकिन फिर भी मैं स्कूटी पे। एंड आई एम लाइक, क्यों, मुझे नहीं मालूम, बट
हाउ इज दैट समथिंग यू शो ऑफ अबाउट?
प्लीज डोंट शो इट ऑफ, बट ओके। सो उसका रिप्लाई करते हुए रफ्तार ने गाना निकाला शेख चिल्ली, कि तू सिर्फ शेख चिल्ली है, तू फालतू।
व्हाट डज शेख चिल्ली मीन?
अरे वो कहानी नहीं सुनी
आपने?
आपने?
फिक्शनल कैरेक्टर।
हाँ,
What? शेख चिल्ली is a fictional character?
सो जो बड़ी छोड़ता है बट वो कुछ करता नहीं है।
Oh, अच्छा, okay.
ठीक है, तो उसने उसे बोला तू शेख चिल्ली है, एंड
these songs have like 120-130 million hits.
बहुत, ये इंडिया का सबसे बड़ा बीफ बैटल है आज तक का।
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I did not know that.
तो रफ्तार ने गाना निकाला शेख चिल्ली, जिसमें पीछे चॉपर है और ये और वो है, एंड
like luxury उसने दिखाया
एकदम। अरे पैर में 2 लाख का जूता पहना उसने उसमें।
कौन सा बोल? ब्रांड बोल?
एयर जॉर्डन 1 UNC in collaboration with Off-White.
Wrong. I don't know.
भाई इमेज है मेरे माइंड में।
इसको हेलीकॉप्टर से इम्प्रेस नहीं हुआ ये। देखो जूता जो पहना है भाई, हेलीकॉप्टर सबके पास आ सकती है।
तो उसमें उसने ये निकाला एंड नाउ ही इज लाइक कि तू सिर्फ लंबी लंबी छोड़ रहा है, मैंने हिप हॉप सीन के बारे में बात करी, तेरे को थोड़ी बोला, तेरे को चुभा क्योंकि गली बॉय में तू नहीं है, डिवाइन और नेजी है, ये है वो
But
है।
all good points है, all
ऑल
valid
गुड
points.
पॉइंट। हाँ,
Yes.
तो ही इज लाइक तेरा सिर्फ कैमियो है गली बॉय में, पिक्चर तो डिवाइन और उस पे बनी है,
हाँ.
तेरी इसलिए जल रही है क्योंकि वो तेरे से बड़ा हो गया है और तुमने साथ में स्टार्ट किया था। दे आर ऑल गली मुंबई गली रैपिंग
हाँ,
के,
sure,
है ना।
yeah.
तो इसके बाद इसने एमिवे ने दोबारा गाना निकाला गिरफ्तार, कि रफ्तार रफ्तार हुआ गिरफ्तार। ठीक है, बेसिकली इज लाइक कि तू क्या कहते हैं, मैं इंडिपेंडेंट रैपर हूँ, तू लेबल पे आता है, तू उल्टे सीधे गाने बनाता है, तो ये करता है।
You're like
You're a sellout.
हाँ,
sellout,
बेसिकली
yeah.
सेल आउट। मैं
Dude, but how does he make money?
तो मैं
How does he
शुरू
make
से
money?
इंडिपेंडेंट हूँ और ये सब उसने
हाँ,
बोला।
हाँ.
और ये बोला कि तेरे पास पैसा इतना है, तू पैसा खर्चा किया वीडियो पे, पीछे रॉकेट खड़ा किया, हेलीकॉप्टर बनाया, मैं देख इंडिपेंडेंट एकदम गली पे अब सब अपने बलबूते पे कर रहा हूँ एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट।
Yeah.
रफ्तार डिड सच अ कूल थिंग रिप्लाई के तौर पे। उसने बोला तू पिछले वीडियो जो उसने निकाला गाना, उसका नाम था एमीवे हेंटाई। ठीक है।
This is the best name.
तो फिर इसके बाद बाय द वे यूट्यूब ने उसके ऊपर
स्ट्राइक कर दिया।
स्ट्राइक किया एंड देन ही हैड टू रीनेम द टाइटल, और अब उसका टाइटल है एवे ही है।
Okay.
कि मतलब तू एवे ही सा है ना, तो एवे ही है। तो उसके
has no punch at all. Like Emmy entire so.
तो उस गाने में ही इज लाइक, तू मेरे को पिछले गाने में बोला था कि मैं बहुत पैसा खर्च करके वीडियो बनाता हूँ इसलिए मेरा ग्रैंड लगता है एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट, तू ये ले इसमें
Whatever you're describing still happened like couple of years ago.
या 2018
Okay.
जब गली बॉय आई थी।
You're not.
We still not in 2022.
2022, yeah.
Okay.
हाँ, बहुत मतलब इट गोज बैक।
हाँ,
तो
ठीक
फिर
है.
उसके बाद इसने जब ये he's like कि मैं अब सिर्फ स्टॉक फुटेजेस है वीडियो में और पीछे सिर्फ ऑडियो है, तो he's like तुझे पैसा लगाने से दिक्कत थी ना, तू ले स्टॉक फुटेजेस ले, अब मेरा सिर्फ आवाज है इसके पीछे। एंड इट वाज अ बॉम्ब ट्रैक। फिर एमिनेम उसने एमिवे
Bomb as in a good bomb track.
बहुत कमाल,
Bomb can go either
Or
way.
not in like in comedy parlance.
Yeah.
बहुत सही ट्रैक था। फिर एमिवे ने कुछ रिप्लाई के तौर पे निकाला, किसी ने उसको इतना ध्यान नहीं दिया बिकॉज इट वाज ट्रैक भी कुछ इतना अच्छा नहीं था। और फिर रफ्तार ने एक इंस्टाग्राम या फेसबुक लाइव किया, इज लाइक मेरे को इन सब में नहीं पढ़ना है, मैं अपना एंजॉय कर
After
रहा हूँ।
जितना मैं ऑलरेडी पढ़ चुका हूँ.
भाई उसने लिजिट मतलब क्लियर कट विनर था रफ्तार उस beef
Okay.
But
का,
who was the
clear
bigger
cut।
person in that beef? Was there a bigger person or both of them being petty?
हाँ, कोई भाई मुद्दा ही नहीं था बीफ का, इज द पॉइंट।
हाँ.
उसने जेन्युइनली हिप हॉप रैप सीन के बारे में बोला था कि पैसा नहीं है और इमर्जिंग आर्टिस्ट के लिए एक्चुअली पैसा नहीं है, यू हैव टू गो थ्रू अ
Yeah,
लॉट।
sure.
या
Yeah.
तो इट्स लाइक एवरी अदर प्रोफेशन, एकदम तुम फ्रेशर हो तो नहीं है पैसा तुम्हारा उसके अंदर।
So
तो
then fast forward
टू
now.
2022। सो अब क्या है, रफ्तार का खुद का एक लेबल है कलमकार नाम से,
Okay.
ठीक है। एंड उसमें कृष्णा, रफ्तार, कर्मा ऐसे कुछ रैपर्स हैं जो उस कलमकार का पार्ट है। एंड एमीवे इज स्टिल एन
Yeah.
इंडिपेंडेंट
And
आर्टिस्ट।
you telling me Krishna is like a very important artist. in
ब्रो
India.
कृष्णा, आई थिंक कृष्णा की बहुत कमाल लिरिक्स होते हैं, द बेस्ट लिरिसिस्ट आउट देयर। बीच में इन बीच के 4 सालों में बहुत बीफ हुए, कृष्णा के हुए, एमिवे के साथ भी 1-2 हुए, मुंहफाड़ करके एक रैपर है उसके साथ हुए, बट इतने कुछ लेवल के नहीं थे जितने अब दोबारा से शुरू हो गए।
Okay.
सो अभी रिसेंटली क्या हुआ, एमिवे ने दोबारा एक एल्बम निकाली जिसके अंदर एक गाना निकाला उसने, नाम बहुत अजीब सा है, चुसंबा करके नाम है,
Okay.
ठीक है। एंड
हाँ.
मतलब आपको पता है क्या होता है चुसंबा?
चूसा हुआ.
हाँ, बेसिकली
हाँ.
मतलब, और वो क्या चूस रहा है वो समझ ही जाओगे आप लोग, मतलब कि वो क्या
नहीं,
इम्प्लाई
बताना
कर...
स्नेहिल, नहीं
नहीं वो
समझा।
क्या इम्प्लाई कर रहा है वो समझ गए अब सारे, ठीक है। तो
Okay.
उसने उस पे एक गाना निकाला है कृष्णा पे कि भाई तू यू आर जस्ट अ सेल आउट अगेन। उसका एक ही
हाँ.
मुद्दा है कि तुम
हम्म.
सेल आउट हो और ये हो और वो, तुम बेसिकली वो कर रहे हो जो तुम्हारा कलमकार का मालिक तुम्हें करने को बोल रहा है,
Okay.
और मैं सिर्फ अपने ऊपर हूँ, आई एम द इंडिपेंडेंट वन और ये
Okay.
और वो।
Okay.
अब इसका रिप्लाई कृष्णा ने किया कि भाई मैं सोलर में, अगर तू अपने आप को सन कहता है कि पूरा रैप सीन तेरे आगे रिवॉल्व
Revolve
करता
करता
है,
है।
तो मैं सोलर एक्लिप्स हूँ और मैं ये और वो।
But his diss was aimed at Raftar, right?
इसका उसका डिस पूरे कलमकार को
Okay,
कर रहा
label
है,
पे,
अब
हाँ,
पूरे लेवल
okay.
पे कर रहा है।
हाँ.
वो एसेंशियली डायरेक्ट कृष्णा को ही कर रहा है, बट वो अब बेसिकली ये कह रहा है कि जब मैं रफ्तार भी मुझे नहीं हरा पाया और अब खुद सामने नहीं आ रहा क्योंकि उसे डर लगता है कि वो फिर हार जाएगा, तो अपने टट पूंजियों को भेज रहा है, विच इज यू कृष्णा।
Okay.
सो
Okay.
दैट्स द पॉइंट। तो फिर कृष्णा ने ये गाना निकाला रिप्लाई में कि मैं सोलर एक्लिप्स, अगर तू
हाँ.
सूरज है तो, एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट। अब एमिवे ने कल रात को 12 बजे एक ट्रैक ड्रॉप किया है, 8.5 मिनट का
कल
डिस्ट्रैक्ट।
रात means 13th night. 13th of June
अच्छा, हाँ,
2022 night.
बेसिकली यस।
Yes.
हाँ, तो 12 बजे रात को उसने संडे नाइट 12 AM, तो
Okay,
हाँ
okay.
ठीक है, उसने एक डिस्ट्रैक्ट रिलीज किया 8.5 मिनट का, एंड ही इज जस्ट रैंटिंग।
Is it good?
It's too many abuses that I can say, but bro,
It's already got 2.3 million views,
Yeah.
by the way.
it's huge. That thing is huge. वो उसने रफ्तार को मॉक किया है, उसने कृष्णा को मॉक किया है, एंड ही इज लाइक सेड थिंग्स कि तू मेरे पास आया था कि तुझे मेरे साथ गाना बनाना है, क्योंकि उस टाइम मैं ऊपर था, तेरे को कोई भाव नहीं दे रहा था, तूने जब मुझे डिस किया तब जाके तेरे वीडियोस पे व्यूज आने शुरू हुए, सो इट्स ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ मी दैट यू आर बेसिकली वेयर यू आर। पूरा 8.5 मिनट उसने उसको डिस किया, एंड नाउ एवरीबॉडी इज ईगरली वेटिंग
कलमकार 16 मिनट का रिलीज करेगा।
कि कलमकार रिप्लाई करे। एंड
हाँ.
उसमें ना कि उसने 2 लाइनें रफ्तार को, जो एमिवे हंटा है गाना बता रहा हूँ ना मैं आप लोग को, उसमें जिस तरीके का फ्लो रफ्तार का है ना, एमिवे ने इस गाने में 2 लाइन उस फ्लो में बोली है, उसको
अच्छा.
मॉक करते हुए।
Okay.
सो एवरीबॉडी इज एक्सपेक्टिंग कि अब रफ्तार विल जंप बैक इनटू द entire
Do
beef
you
ka
think it'll
scene.
happen? Do you think it'll happen?
Bro, if it happens, because I know Raftar is very strong with lyrics.
Okay.
Krishna is also very strong, but Raftar is Raftar. Raftar knows how to marry commercial and indie.
Oh, okay.
And he can do that very well if he jumps into this scene.
So Antariksh, remember how we were getting nostalgic about WWE couple
Yes,
of
correct,
minutes
correct.
ago?
Yeah.
I feel like this is the WWE
The current,
era
yeah.
of the Indian rappers
Yep.
who are going against each other. But I have a question.
Yeah.
तो ये जो Emiway का जो ये point है कि I'm an independent artist and I've been, and you're saying for the past 3-4 years he's been the same.
Yeah.
I'm sure he also gets offers, right, from Bollywood.
He's
and
always been independent.
Why
yeah.
can't he start his own label or whatever? Like,
But हाँ, he started his own label.
okay.
But उसने कभी साइन नहीं किया, उसका खुद का लेबल है, Emiway Bantai Records.
Okay. I thought it was a Bantai
the
record. Sounds like you're gonna get scammed.
Songs of all of these artists, I'm sure, are on every streaming platform,
हाँ,
right?
yeah.
Every music
हाँ,
platform.
true.
So then, what is even a sellout and a non-sellout if all your music is on one platform?
No, platform nahi na. It's just about how much freedom you have. What can you
हाँ.
say? Is someone else telling you what to say, what not to say, what to
Exactly.
do, what not to
But
do?
like you said, Krishna is on the Kalamkar label, and you're still saying he's one of the best rappers we have.
He is,
we've seen.
110%.
So I'm not able to get to the crux of why
So,
why is there a
I mean,
beef
So basically,
apart from like toxic masculinity.
so basically, हाँ bro, बहुत toxic masculinity. तो अब thing is कि अब Emiway claims कि तुम्हें जो कलमकार का मालिक है वो तुम्हें बोल रहा है कि तुम Emiway को डिस करो ताकि तुम्हें व्यूज मिले एंड तुम्हें हाइप मिले. So basically, Krishna, as Emiway says, कि Krishna cannot do anything
without
Unless
the
Raftar.
without the permission of the
Raf-
label जिसपे वो
Raftar,
signed है.
Okay.
ठीक
But
है.
does Raftar control the label though? Kalamkar?
I mean, it's his label.
It's
It is
his
his label,
label
so
only.
he controls
उसने
it.
स्टार्ट ही किया है, एंड कृष्णा ऑल्सो क्लेम्स कि वो पार्टनर है, कि वो उस पे साइन नहीं है, वो मतलब वो साइंड है उस पे, बट वो कलमकार का पार्टनर है.
I mean, that's
So,
a good way to.
Snayhil, which team are you on? Team Emiway or Team Raftar?
यार
Just team entertainment. मैं entertainment हूँ, बाकी जो कर रहा
ब्रो,
है.
बट जेन्युइनली अगर आप लोग को बीफ फॉलो करना है, इट्स आई थिंक इट्स द बेस्ट बीफ टू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम.
Okay.
But everything else will be downhill if you're saying.
हाँ,
how big this
वो
is.
डाउनहिल ही है, बट आई थिंक, और देयर वाज अ टाइम जब मैं पूरा सीक्वेंस में सुनता था, ठीक है, पहले एमएवे का
Chronology,
अरे
like,
फिर क्या
like
बोला?
MCU movies.
ठीक है, हाँ.
पहले समझ में आया क्या सुनूंगा, फिर उसके बाद शेख चिली सुनूंगा, फिर गिरफ्तार सुनूंगा, फिर वो सुनूंगा, फिर वो सुनूंगा. अब नाउ
Now you got addition to the playlist. Yes. Nice, yeah? Nicely done. Nicely done. Very cool. So that's like a
But
big.
they're not violent. Like they're not like in America when Tupac and Biggie had these beefs.
People got shot.
It used to
Yeah.
descend to gang wars, right?
Yeah. Not yet. Because
Not yet,
guns
हाँ,
are not
not
as
yet.
easily available yet.
हाँ, not
Okay, I think as far as that is not the case, then karo jitna beef karna hai. हाँ.
But knives wise, why have they not come down to knives and all yet? What is this?
But is the general rap scene divided into team Emiway, team Raftar?
यार
ऐसा?
मोस्टली
Like your Nazi and all these, do they pick sides?
I don't think Nazi gives उसको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। डिवाइन भी एक्चुअली बीच में आ गया था, पता है। एक बारी डिवाइन और एमिवे का भी बीफ हुआ था, 2 ही गानों का। फिर वो दोनों इंस्टाग्राम लाइव पे है, सबने ओ तू मेरा भाई हम दोनों मुंबई के, हम बेस्ट हैं, ठीक है, ये कर लिया, वो खत्म हो गया। बट आई डोंट थिंक नेजी गिव्स अ फ्लाइंग। नेजी इज समवन जो एक्चुअली अभी तक गली रैप सीन की तरह ही ट्रीट कर रहा है, एंड हिज मोटिव इज टू इसको ऊपर लेके जाना है। हाँ,
that's a good motive.
वो और उसी
Noble in a way.
उसी वजह से वो अभी तक मुझे लगता है कमर्शियल में नहीं आया है। जैसे डिवाइन का हमेशा से यूएसपी रहा है। यूएसपी क्या, उसने हमेशा से ये बोला कि मैं गली से उठा हूं, मेरा गली फ्लो है, मेरा ये है, मेरा वो है। बट नाउ ही इज कमिंग टू कमर्शियल, आउट एंड आउट वो जंप कर चुका है कमर्शियल में। बट नेजी अभी भी बीट्स पे डीजे और पॉलिटिकल रैप निकाल रहा है, सटायर कर रहा है, ये कर रहा है, वो कर रहा है। जबकि डिवाइन हैज कम इनटू तेरे यार दा कोई कंपटीशन नहीं एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट, ठीक है। तो आई थिंक नेजी डजंट गिव अ फ्लाइंग, बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू पिकिंग साइड्स, इट्स मोर ऑफ अ दिल्ली रैप सीन और मुंबई रैप सीन।
ओके,
तो जो जितने लोग मुंबई रैप सीन वाले हैं, दे आर ऑब्वियसली साइडिंग विद एमिवे, एंड कृष्णा इज फ्रॉम दिल्ली, रफ्तार इज फ्रॉम दिल्ली। तो फ्लो में बहुत डिफरेंस है। तो आई थिंक दिल्ली मुंबई की साइड्स भी इसमें इंक्लूडेड है, बट मेजरली तो एमिवे अकेला निकाले ही जा रहा है गाना। बहुत छोटे छोटे मुंबई रैपर्स जो हैं, उन्होंने भी रैंडमली, जस्ट बिकॉज कृष्णा ने एमिवे को डिस किया, उन्होंने भी उसको डिस करना शुरू कर दिया। बट वही द थिंग इज कि बहती गंगा में हाथ धो रहे हैं, बट मेजर जो बीफ सीन है वो इन्हीं दोनों का है।
Wow, that was a lot to take in, man. I have again already forgotten every word you already said. No, I haven't.
No, now now I will check out these tracks.
Yeah,
now I have a sense of.
Yeah, I've already heard these songs, and
I've
actually the same thing has been explained to me by my friend Kashyap, who is huge into this,
Okay.
into the Indian rap scene. If someone were to get into this beef and was interested in following this beef forward, which, according to you, is the best diss track from this lot?
I think Emiway Hentai.
You mean you mean
I
वही है?
Okay, nice. Got it.
पूरा पंच निकाल दिया यार उस गाने का। वही है।
But the song is not changed, no? The
नहीं
track itself
song
is
वही है, song
Yeah,
वही
I
है।
think it's-
YouTube was just like भाई टाइटल ठीक कर दो, अंदर का मसाला रखो सब।
ब्रो, जो एमिवे ने ये वाला ट्रैक निकाला ना 8.5 मिनट वाला,
हाँ।
अगर YouTube को इससे दिक्कत नहीं है ना,
हाँ।
तो YouTube को किसी चीज से दिक्कत नहीं होनी चाहिए लाइफ में, genuinely।
Okay. That brings us to the end of this part of the episode. Thanks to Snayhil. This got a little long. No, I didn't. I'm joking. We'll see you right on the other side with some awesome recommendations.
And we're back after a very
After whatever that was.
जो पूरा विकिपीडिया पेज पढ़ दिया है मैंने
Yes, sir.
about the rap scene. But yeah, we're back with some awesome recommendations, and we'll start with Antariksh.
Yes, sir. I would like to recommend a stand-up special. It's on YouTube. It's called This Year's Material by Joe List. Joe List is a stand-up comic, and he's very funny. He also has a podcast with another very funny comedian called Mark Normand, called Tuesdays with Stories. And this is Joe List's second special on YouTube. I don't know if he has other specials which I have not seen. His previous special also called Joe List I Hate Myself is already up to like in a year has like 7.3 million views, but for a stand-up special is great. And this year's material, which is the latest special, is just a month back came out, and it has like close to 1 million, and it'll do really well because it's like some of the tightest writing you will see in a stand-up special, jokes wise, and just endlessly, like every like 20-30 seconds you're like bursting out, you're holding your stomach like, dude, how clever is that, or how great is that writing? Is amazing. His delivery is great. Check out Joe List, man. Literally, just check out Joe List and check out his special This Year's Material. Snehal, what about you?
I would like to recommend This Is It. Michael Jackson. Actually, जिस दिन ये episode release होगा, it will be the 24th of June, and 25th of June is his death day. And पिछले episode में मैंने उसी की album Bad recommend करी थी. And this episode I would like to recommend This Is It, the movie.
The movie, yes.
The movie, yes.
The documentary, right?
उसके लास्ट शो की प्रैक्टिसेस की फुटेज को कंबाइन करके उन्होंने एक मूवी बनाई है, एंड दे से कि दिस इज द लास्ट फुटेज ऑफ माइकल जैक्सन, एंड उसको मिला के एक मूवी बनाई गई है अबाउट हाउ ही वाज प्रैक्टिसिंग, अबाउट उसकी रिहर्सल्स कैसी जा रही थी, एंड हाउ ही वाज ऑन द सेट, एंड एवरीथिंग इट उस सारे उसके गाने हैं जब वो प्रैक्टिस कर रहा था, उनकी कॉस्ट्यूम, उनकी डांस रिहर्सल्स, एवरीथिंग. इफ यू आर अ माइकल जैक्सन फैन, you should definitely watch it if you haven't yet. And if you would want to know about Michael Jackson, and you would want to explore his music, you should definitely start with This Is It. So that's my recommendation, and I think you should really watch it.
So yes, Abbas, what's your recommendation? Quickly tell us, please.
So I saw this really interesting film over the weekend, which is called Ghode ko Jalebi Khilane le ja rahi hu. Okay, it's only playing in 3 theaters in Mumbai right now, one show each.
Wait, so
And
घोड़े को क्या? जलेबी
घोड़े
खाना
को जलेबी खिलाने ले
ले
जा
जा
रिया
रिया
हूँ.
हूँ.
घोड़े
Okay.
खाते हैं क्या जलेबी?
नहीं
वैसे,
यार,
like-
वो like it's a slang muhavra. Okay,
Oh.
like just like the muhavra is atpata, the movie is also supposed to be
Understood,
like
yeah.
tongue in cheek
Yeah,
type of.
yeah.
Okay. What is the
So-
actual muhavra?
There is no muhavra.
Oh, there
It's
is no
just
muhavra. Okay.
someone in the film asks, "और चचा कहाँ जा रहे हो?" So
Oh, I know the muhavra. It is you can take a horse to jalebi, but you can't make him eat it.
yeah, maybe it is a take on that.
Yeah.
तो वो टांगे वाले जो चचा होते हैं वो बोलते हैं घोड़े को जलेबी खिलाने ले जा रही हूँ.
Ah, nice. Okay.
So the film is a sort of a combination of a fictional narrative and real people.
Mhm.
So it has a bit of a documentary film. I'll tell you, it's very difficult to explain what the film is, but I'll try my best. This film is set in Old Delhi, in Shahjahanabad, जो दिल्ली 6 जो
हाँ.
Okay.
होता है. और 3 बंदों की कहानी है. उनमें से एक is played by Raghuveer Yadav, who played the village chief in Panchayat. He's the only known face in the movie. And these three guys, men rather, fully grown men. एक कचौरियां बेचता है सड़क पे, एक जो है वो पिक पॉकेट है, बटुए मारता है, और एक जो तीसरा बंदा है वो उन्होंने स्पेसिफाई नहीं किया कि वो क्या जॉब करता है, बट ही हैज दिस fantasy of bringing about a revolution and becoming a communist.
Okay.
Okay. And around these people is just the world of Shahjahanabad and Old Delhi. Basically, the film tries to show how that part of India is still living, is still thriving, and somehow we have become very disconnected from them. So throughout the film, they intersperse these these tour guides taking foreigners on tour,
Okay.
and along with the foreigners are people like us, okay, who are completely disconnected from that world.
Okay.
But this tour guide, when he's showing them these beautiful structures of Old Delhi, at those times, like, some animations kick in, okay, and that is interspersed with the everyday life of people who live in Delhi 6. जो लोग कचरा उठाते हैं, जो लोग झाड़ू मारते हैं, जो ये करते हैं, मतलब इट्स ऑलमोस्ट लाइक कि हाँ, हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं यहाँ की जो सालों पहले की खूबसूरत चीजें थी, पर आज के लोग जो स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं उनके बारे में हम नहीं
Basically,
बताएंगे.
Delhi 6 Shahanabad is a character in itself in the movie.
Kind of, yeah, you can say that. And along with the movie,
That's a very common trait when when they say Mumbai is a character.
is a character, yeah.
Such a thing, such a caricature thing.
And then what I have told you is essentially just the first half of the film. The second half of the film keeps getting more and more experimental. These men start having weird dreams in their heads, and then they start showing the dreams through animation and through
Oh, wow. So it's a
shots.
live action movie,
Right,
but
right.
It's a live action movie which
yeah.
incorporates animation,
Okay.
but I would say just watch it. It's very hard to describe.
How is the animation?
It's
works,
good,
yeah.
but it's not your Disney animation.
Okay.
अगर वो कहता है कि ख्वाब में मुझे सांप दिखा, so you'll see this very sort of Varley painting type of a snake coming on
Got it.
screen, right?
But it
So
works.
It works. It
Yeah,
works beautifully. So this is the debut feature of a director called Anamika Haksar, who is a theater director.
Okay, wow. So thank you so much for tuning in today, guys, for this episode. And yeah, see you guys next week.